Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Learn More About Park Lane Jewelry session. My name is Dana Diorsi. I'm a sales vice president with Park Lane, and I live in the state of Rhode Island with my husband, Michael, and my two children, Sophia, who just turned 16, and my son, Ryan, who is 12. So over the next few minutes, what I'd like to do is share a little bit about my personal experience with Park Lane, how I found the company, what it was that attracted me to the company, and answer some of our most frequently asked questions that people have when they are interested in the opportunity. So first, I want to share a little bit about my personal story. So previous to Park Lane, I was actually with another direct sales company in the jewelry industry for about 4 years. And I had gotten to the point where I was feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit frustrated. I felt like the income that I was earning was not necessarily reflective of the effort that I was putting into the company. There was a lot of change going on in the company. Compensation plans were changing, rewards plans were changing, lots of things. And it just made me sort of pause and question whether this was the right spot for me. And at that time, I learned about Park Lane. And while, I was nervous to learn the new information, but I decided, for my family and for myself, I needed to put myself out there and I needed to get the information because I really do believe that information is power. And so I sat down through our direct appoint program, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. We have a program where if you are in a leadership position with another company, you can potentially interview to come in at a lateral position, because we do recognize that experience. And so I sat down, I asked some questions, I learned the information, and what I learned really stunned me. And at the end of the conversation, obviously I gave some thought to it after that, but it was clear to me that this was the right spot for me. And it was a no-brainer that it made sense to make that transition. And so here I am about 4 years later, and Park Lane has been everything that I thought it would be. In my first year, I doubled my income from my other job. The second year, I tripled it. I've replaced what I had been earning in corporate many years ago. And it has been just tremendous for me and my family, allowing me the flexibility to run them around. I'll talk about that in a few minutes too, because they're very busy kiddos, as many people have. Kids are very active these days in a lot of activities, and so it keeps me on the road a lot. And so this has been the perfect solution where I can earn income while being flexible around our family's schedule. So that's just a little bit about me in a nutshell. I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about why I think the direct sales industry is fantastic, why jewelry is, of all the different types of direct sales companies that you can participate in, why I think jewelry is a great option. Then I want to talk about a little bit why Park Lane, what is unique about the programs and the culture at Park Lane that I think sets it apart from other companies, and then a little bit about why I think now is a great time to get started. So I shared a little bit about myself. So let's talk about why I think the direct sales industry is fantastic and really fits the needs of many, many different individuals who might have different needs that come into it. So the first one is that it is an industry that provides flexibility. And so this has been number one for me. As I mentioned, I have two busy kiddos. My son plays travel hockey and baseball. And for his hockey team, we don't even play any teams within the state of Rhode Island. So we're always traveling throughout like that 6-month time period. We are on the road 5 days a week. His home rink is a good 45 minutes from our house. So he is super busy. My daughter, her school is about 45 minutes from our house in a different direction. He also goes to private school 30 minutes away in another direction. So I am really like on the road all the time. She dances, she's in theater, she's in student council at school, very involved. So pretty much every day, just my school drop-offs and pickups, it's like 3.5 hours on the road. During the school year, I probably average between 6 to 8 hours of just driving every single day. So just driving, not even being at the activity, just driving. So for me, whatever job I'm doing, I need something that provides a large amount of flexibility where I can fit it into our schedule in those tiny pockets of time, be able to work from my car, be able to use technology to pre-plan and record and set up pre-post and do all that kind of stuff that technology allows us to do. So I need something that allows me to do that. But at the same time, I also need to be earning significant income, because all of those activities that I described, all the private school, the travel, hockey, all of that are very expensive, right? And we are in a time in our economy where costs are just continuously rising. So I need some significant income at the same time. So what I love about Park Lane is that it is immediate income. So if you started today, tomorrow, you can earn your first paycheck a week from then, right? So you kind of have at your disposal, you control your income when you schedule a party or put something out for a sale or whatnot. You have full control of that. And it can be rather immediate. So it's not, there's not a big learning curve when you start out, when you try out. I mean, certainly there are things to learn, but when we do launch our new stylist, their mentor typically will kind of do a party for them, their launch party, help them out, help them get started so that they can immediately be earning a paycheck, and ideally reimbursing themselves for whatever, kit they signed up for, whatever that fee was, with their first party immediately. So it's immediate income. Also, it's a plug and play kind of business. So you're in business, for yourself, but not by yourself. You have all of the tools and everything that you need from our team. Our larger team is called the Treasure Tribe. And we get provided with the most incredible resources. So, I mean, scripts, graphics, all kinds of graphics, sale images, training, templates, words to say, scripting. I mean, really everything you need is provided for you. Unless you are a particularly creative person, you want to do something on your own, you don't ever need to, though, because it's all really provided for you, so that you can really just become profitable very quickly. And this is huge, because so previous to doing my other direct sales business, I had a little business of my own. I was doing some coaching, and when you're like a one-woman shop, I mean, you're doing everything, and it can be very overwhelming. Learning graphics, websites, all of that, you don't have to do any of it, right? It's really done for you. So that really is very helpful. So why jewelry? First off, I think jewelry is it's simple and it's fun. Okay. I think those are the two words that really come to mind. It's simple. You don't have to learn a lot. Obviously you want to learn the products and the names and kind of what's available. But it's not like you're learning, ingredients and formulas and worrying about allergies and all kinds of stuff and have a lot that you must learn about in your company. It's pretty simple, right? Like, you show jewelry to people, right? I'm just going to let me see, I'll grab a little, you show a pair of earrings to someone, they either like it or they don't like it. It's their style or it's not their style. That's pretty simple, right? Like, that's really all the knowledge that is required, right? So simple, and it's fun. Like, people love style, they love fashion. Women for many, many years. I mean, this is just part of many of our personalities. We love to kind of adorn ourselves, decorate ourselves. We like to decorate the house. We like to decorate ourselves, right? So I love that it's simple and fun. Nobody is having a sad time where they're looking at sparkly jewelry. No one. Okay. Next, it's a consumable product. So a lot of times you don't think of jewelry as a consumable product. You might think of something, supplements or vitamins or, face creams as something that's consumable and people need to replace. But let's be realistic. We women are refreshing our wardrobes seasonally. Most people are refreshing, adding a few extra pieces every season. As new trends come out, new, color trends, all of that, people are refreshing their jewelry wardrobes. So you would be surprised how many repeat people come back when they love what they got, they come back for more. I kind of talked about being fun, but it really does spread joy, and it just puts smiles on people's faces. I really truly believe that when we feel more put together, when we feel like we look better, we show up in the world a little bit more confidently and a little more boldly. And I feel like when you look better, you just do better. And I don't mean that just how do I say this? I don't mean when you look better, like, I just feel like when you feel put together, like you have taken some time, you took a couple of minutes, and it doesn't take a lot of time. When you add a little jewelry, like without this jewelry, this is a very plain top. I kind of feel a little bit plain, but I put on a little pop of a hoop, some bling, and now it's just like I feel more put together. And you just show up differently in the world. I truly believe that. Next, it's a conversation starter. So many of us are working this business on the go. We're out and about, and women love to compliment other women on what they're wearing. It happens all the time. It happens in the Starbucks line, wherever in the school pickup line. People will be like, hey, I love your necklace. I love your earrings. It's something that people notice and they comment on. Versus, if you, in terms of other industries, if it's something like a supplement you're taking, like people don't notice that. They don't know that you're doing that, or a moisturizer cream or whatever, whatnot, and I'm not, putting down any of these other industries. I'm just saying the differences. It's something that people notice. And so when it's a conversation starter, it like brings up the conversation so that you can take it from there and be like, oh, thank you so much. I actually sell this with Park Lane. And it's like a natural way, a natural lead into the conversation. Versus something that's a little bit, if you feel a little more awkward and you're trying to like bring up the conversation with something, a lot of times people are bringing up the conversation with you. What else? It's also a great giftable option. Jewelry is one of the most gifted items for all different occasions, whether it's the holidays, birthdays, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, graduations, all that kind of stuff. So teacher gifts. So, there's a number of opportunities where even if there are people in your life who don't necessarily wear a lot of jewelry, they know someone who does, and they have to, at some point in the year, usually buy a gift for that person. So you get to be the go-to resource for people in their gift shopping. Okay, now the big question, why Park Lane? So first of all, Park Lane is the world's longest standing direct sales jewelry company, and the largest. We have been in business. We are, this month is our birthday month. So we will be in business for 68 years this month. It is a family owned and operated company. So I love that while it's a big company and reputable and has a lot of credibility, it also still has very much a family feel from the Levine family, who they are the owners. They are so generous with, they are just really care about their stylists. Their generosity is incredible. When I tell you a little bit more about the programs, you're gonna, I think, be flabbergasted at, exactly how generous they are with us. But they are really in it for the stylist community. They do everything they do with love for the stylist community, and it is very apparent from very early on. As far as our actual jewelry collection, so why Park Lane in terms of other jewelry companies, I love that I feel like our collection is very diverse. There's something for every woman's style, from simple and classic to bold and trendy and everywhere in between. And this is really smart because, I know I have my own personal style of jewelry, but there's a wide variety of styles out there, right? And so we really want to speak to all women and really have something, a little something for everyone. And I'm also just going to apologize. I don't know if you can hear, my son is playing video games, so I told him to be very quiet in the background, but I can hear him, so I don't know if you can hear him, but that's the perk of you're going to do this job right around your family. So it's the summertime. Anywho, but there's really, like I said in the collection, there's really something for everyone. And I like that it's one product. So you don't have to learn about a lot of different products. It's not jewelry and handbags and clothing, or, cleaning products and skincare and supplements. Like it's jewelry. It's like one thing that you need to know about. So I love that. I also love that Park Lane stands behind the quality of their pieces. And they have an unconditional guarantee. So if you've ever shopped Park Lane before, then you've definitely experienced our customer sale too, which is another big, something that's very appealing, I think, to me as a business owner, because I think when people feel like they get a great value, they come back for more. And so I'm able to provide them with great value through the customer sale. And I can do other creative, fun little things around that too. It gives us some flexibility when we run different sales on social media or things like that as well. But I do feel like when people feel like they get a great value, especially these days when Like I said, costs are rising. There's not many places, many stores or shops that we're going to these days where we really feel like we got a great value, right? So when you get that feeling, it's really good. But people love to be able to shop at half off, to shop for their bonus buy selections, shop the style drops at a deep discount. It really puts a smile on people's faces. And you'll have many, many happy customers. I also love that we have an incredible host plan. So with, just, 10 orders on a party, a hostess is earning like $400 in free product, plus other perks like half off shopping and thank you items and all of that. But truly, in a time where many companies are decreasing their host plan, like ours is very robust. And it really makes a difference because hostesses are the lifeblood of our business. That's where we're meeting new people. They're, a party plan business, and actually another sort of perk of Park Lane is that in a party plan business, your hostesses are bringing new people to you. You're not having to, really reach out and bother, kind of hound people. Like, you have a person that's bringing customers to you that then you can build a relationship with over time. And then they may host, or they may join your team, or they may be a repeat customer of yours, but someone is helping you and facilitating that for you. So we really want to spoil those hostesses and thank them for helping to build our business. As far as our stylists go and the programs for them, I'm just gonna take a little sip of iced tea. I truly believe that we have one of the most generous compensation plans in the industry. So our stylists will earn anywhere between 30 and 50% commission on their personal sales. And if they decide that they would like to build a team as well, which you do not have to, but you are, certainly that will only increase your income. So if you decide you want to build a team as well, you can layer additional income from the overrides from your team sales and also various bonuses as you move up the leadership chain. On top of that, we have a lot of perks. We are a very perk-rich company, I will say. The first one that most people who are familiar with Park Lane and love the jewelry are it's the one that initially kind of people's faces light up, is our Rich Rewards program. So every month, all stylists are eligible to earn up to $1,100 in free jewelry a month based on their personal sales and their team building. Now, of that, there is about $600 of that is only based on personal sales. So if you don't want to build a team, you can, that's still substantial free jewelry every month. And even the first level of that is based on having $1,000 of sales in the first 2 weeks of the month, which is like 1 or 2 parties, okay? With that, if you got just that level 1, which is $250 of free jewelry of your choice, you get to pick out, shop, like a free jewelry credit. That's like $3,000 of jewelry a year. So it really, really can add up, even for people that are, you don't have to be like a full-time, way up there stylist. You could be a very part-time stylist, just doing a couple of parties a month, and you can still earn a lot of significant free jewelry. So absolutely love that. Lots of other perks as well. So I know I kind of mentioned this, actually, I'm gonna talk about a couple other things first before I move on. Other perks, we've got our Mercedes car program. So stylists at their first level of leadership, which is just one person on your team, once you hit that first level of leadership, you are eligible for our Mercedes car program. The qualifications are actually adjusted by leadership level. So if you are someone who is a first level leader, which is a branch director, your qualifications will be much different than where I am, for example, a sales vice president, right? It's assumed that I would have a bigger team and some, higher team sales. So my quota would be a certain thing. But for someone who's a first level leader, it is much adjusted. So that really we are having Mercedes cars at all levels of our leadership, which is absolutely fantastic. And there is flexibility around it. So you can either take the Mercedes car bonus, or you can take a cash payout every month. So I personally take a cash payout every month because, like I said, my children are expensive, and while I would love a Mercedes, we've got 2 young children. Cash is king in our house. So I take the cash every month. When they kind of move on, my daughter's a couple of years from college, maybe I'll take the Mercedes instead and kind of treat myself. But for right now, I love the flexibility that it really kind of meets whatever your personal needs are. We also have 2 international trips per year, which is, 2 a year is incredible. And they are very doable, again, at all levels, from a fashion stylist to a vice president, everywhere in between, people are earning trips. And I'm not going to say it's like super easy, right? Like you do need to put in consistent effort, consistency, sales, all of that, recruiting, but it is not overwhelming. It is very doable with like a very systematic, consistent plan. And we really, our leaders really help us put those plans together if that's something people are interested in. So right now we are working toward a trip to Dublin, Ireland, which I'm excited about. Our last trip that we were working toward was to Paris. There's been a variety of other trips as well. In my time here, my kids got to travel with me to Key West. I guess it's maybe a couple of years ago now. When you're going, I lose track of time. I think it was last year. So they got to, meet everyone and go to Key West. You can add on family members, and you can also cash out your trip. So there was, I earned a trip for 2 to Aruba. We were not able to go. We had a hockey tournament at that time, and so I was able to cash out that trip. So again, there's that flexibility. They're here for the stylist community, and they want to meet your needs, whatever those are. Okay. On top of that, I want to talk a little bit about, I mentioned it earlier, our Direct Appoint program. So if you happen to be watching this video and you are with another direct sales or network marketing company in a position of leadership, there is an opportunity for you to talk to one of our national directors and share a little bit about your experience and potentially come in at a lateral level. So kind of like if you worked in a bank and you were the bank vice president, you wouldn't go for another job in another bank as a teller, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you have a certain level of experience. You've worked hard all these years building that up. You want to come in, if you're going to interview for another job, it's either going to be lateral or better, right? That's how the rest of the corporate world works. And so that Park Lane is no different. They really recognize that industry experience and want to reward and recognize it. So you can come in at a level where the commission is increased, the team overrides are increased. There's various, as you move up, the bonuses are increased from where you might join at entry level. So that is something, if you are interested in learning more about, please do tell the stylist that invited you to watch this video, because she can share some more specific information with you and get you connected to see if that's something that you'd be eligible for. Lastly, I also love to talk about our fundraising program as well in terms of our programs that make us unique. Park Lane is a fundraising program where if you are a verified organization, we will donate 50% of sales to that organization. So, if you do $1,000 fundraiser, that's $500 going directly back to the organization. And if you've ever participated in other fundraisers, many times it's a very small percentage that the organization is actually getting at the end of the day. 50% is incredible. So you can do them through the company that way. You can also do, your own personal fundraisers if you want, if it's not maybe for an organization, and if it's for, maybe a friend or family member or someone in your community that needs assistance and is not an organization. You can also kind of be flexible with your Park Lane business as well, and donate a portion of your commissions as well. So there's many different ways that fundraisers can be run, but I do want to let you know that the company has one itself that it will take care of and run for you and send a direct check to that organization. So for many people, fundraising is really near and dear to their hearts. It's something where they love to make a difference, and they can do that through their Park Lane business. So those are really kind of most, an overview of the programs that I think are, really make us unique. So lastly, why now? Why do I think now is a great time to join Park Lane? So I think there's a number of reasons, but I want to talk a little bit about, obviously, like in these economic times, I think many people are looking for an additional source of income with the rising prices of groceries, gas, all the things. Truly, like, it's hard to think of anything where the prices haven't increased, over the last year or so. And so, but many times not in accordance with how our regular salaries have increased, right? So I think it's smart to have something that's supplemental that gives you access to that immediate income that you can turn on the faucet when you want to by booking a couple of parties, or if you're very busy, you can turn off the faucet for a while, and it's completely flexible based on your schedule. But again, you can earn some significant income. On average, like with an average, like I said, 30 to 50% commission. So with like $1,000 party, that's $300 in commission. That's significant for doing a virtual party online. I personally do all of my parties virtually online on Facebook. There are some people that like to do in-home parties, but especially since COVID, much more is happening online with parties, and I haven't done an in-person party since then. So, to be in your dining room, showing jewelry to some people and earn $300 for that night. Not that it doesn't require other work around that. There's other follow-up and things like that, but that's being significantly rewarded versus, maybe you're looking to supplement your income and you're looking for some part-time work, around, and, those people are going to set your hours. The hourly rate is probably not going to be as generous. There's a lot of benefits to having that flexibility and being able to kind of turn on the faucet when you need to. Also, generally, in tough economic times, this is an industry that, businesses can kind of soar during those times as well. Over the last several years, we have seen explosive growth in Park Lane. And so I think it's, we're on an upwards trajectory. And so that's always a great time to join a company as well. What else? So you may be wondering, so in terms of getting started, there are 3 kit options. The basic kit is $99, and with that, you will get $500 in jewelry of your choice. And then if you would like to do more than that, there's a kit that is, I think, $229, and you'll get, double the jewelry, or you could do $439 and get more jewelry. So your stylist can give you all of those details, but I want to let you know the basic to get started is $99. And most likely, if you're like a Park Lane fan that's watching this, you've probably spent more than $99 on Park Lane in all of your time shopping. Most likely. Or if you're new to Park Lane, most likely you've gone to Target and you've spent more than $99. So with the $99, you are getting a business, right? You're spending $99, you're getting $500 worth of jewelry and the opportunity to earn income. Website for a year. There's no hidden cost, there's no hidden fees. It's kind of, I think, especially the basic kit is a very low risk investment to be able to just kind of try it out. Try it on for size. Do your own launch party. Your stylist will help you do that for you. Do a couple of parties. See how you like it. Just try it on for size. There's really no downside. The absolute worst thing that happens is you spend $99, you get $500 in jewelry. You do your launch party, you get host rewards from that. You get paid commission for that. In almost all cases, that commission is going to pay for that $99. So you're in the positive, you have all this free jewelry, and let's say you don't like it. That's okay. There's no quotas, there's nothing you need to do, no hidden fees. Like you could be done. I don't think that will happen. I think most people try it on for size and they're like, this is what happened to me. And they're like, this is pretty fun. I can't believe I get to have fun and I get to earn money. Like, where do you get to do that? So try it on for size. But like I said, it's a very low risk. Try it on. See how it goes, play around with it, try a few things, and you just never know where something like this can take you. I was that person who never thought I could do something like this, and it completely and totally transformed and changed my life. So, can you do it? Absolutely, 100%, yes. You will have all of the resources to support you. It is a proven business, a proven industry. Give it a try. That would be my friendly advice, would say, just give it a try. There's really no downside. So I'm just going to be bold and say, welcome to Park Lane. Welcome as a new stylist to Park Lane. Please reach out to your stylist after you watch this video. If you have any additional questions I didn't answer, she can certainly answer those for you, let you know how to get started. But we are really, there's nothing I love more than just seeing this community grow and our new stylists that we're bringing in and helping them succeed and helping them have success in their businesses. So thank you for listening to me tonight. I hope I answered some of your questions, and I hope to see you in our treasure tribe. Okay, thanks, ladies.